What's going on, guys? It's Dramon, and today we're going to be taking a detailed look at the Peak TP4. This is Tony Parker's fourth signature model that he will be wearing this season. Peak actually sent these to us over at weartesters.com, so huge shout out to them. Let's just get straight into it with the most intriguing category, that being the materials. The upper is made out of what Peak is calling Peak Surface, and it's basically an engineered mesh. The last time I used something called engineered mesh was on the Kobe 8. The black webbing that you see as an overlay has a plastic coating to it, so it's gonna add durability as well as some structure and support. And the silver mesh underlay is just your straight basic mesh, and it feels pretty decent in my opinion. It moves really nicely with your foot. It's soft to the touch. There are some patent leather looking like fuse overlays in high wear areas. I would have liked to see the TP4 go without these fuse overlays. I think that Peak Surface is a durable and structurally sound enough material to be used all over, but that's just my opinion. But it is nice to have these fuse overlays if you are gonna be using this model for outdoor basketball. Speaking of outdoor basketball, let's talk about this outsole because the traction pattern has an extremely deep cut. However, the 4-foot rubber compound is more pliable than what's found in the heel. The heel's pretty durable, but not only is the rubber compound more pliable in the 4-foot, but there's also a translucent rubber section, so I'm not really sure how these are gonna hold up outdoors. But again, the traction pattern is so deep that it might not really matter. I am expecting great things from this traction setup because not only is the rubber compound correct, in my opinion, but it's full-length herringbone, and you really can't go wrong with that. Now you can actually see what kind of cushion is used in the TP4 through that translucent 4-foot, and it's Peak's gradient dual cushioning. I have yet to use this technology, so I can't really tell you how it feels, but just based on trying them on and the amount of compression flex grooves that are in the midsole, I'm expecting a pretty spongy setup. It is a foam-based cushion setup, but I really won't know until I actually start playing in them. The insole is pretty nice. I'm not really sure what it's made out of, but it's fairly thick and there are some flex grooves in both the heel and 4-foot, so that's a nice addition. And Peak is also using what they call their S pad in the heel. I'm not really sure what this is, but I'm just gonna assume that it means even more impact protection in the heel area, which is great for those players who actually land on their heel or strike with it. I myself have converted to a 4-foot heavy style of play because I got tired of slipping on my ass all the time because of these rounded heels on the outsole. The TP4 does have a rounded heel. Don't get me wrong, this is really nice and it's gonna give those players who do strike with their heel a real fluid transition, but for those players who don't use their heel a lot, they're really not gonna notice this feature. As far as the fit, these are marked as a US size 11, and I'm usually a 10.5, but just trying these on, they fit pretty snug, the midfoot area especially. The length, however, is perfect. My toes are exactly where I want them to be, so I definitely recommend going up at least half a size. I can even see some people going up a full size, but pulling these out of the box, just by looking at them, I thought that they were gonna be really wide foot friendly, and I have a relatively wide foot, but again, that midfoot area was pretty snug, so hopefully after I start to break these in, that midfoot area will loosen up. That pretty much is all the tech that's in the TP4. There is a tenacity unit, which is basically a TPU shank in the midfoot for torsional support. But other than that, it's a pretty basic setup. Aesthetically, I actually kind of like how these look. They remind me of a Chris Paul signature model for some reason. Makes sense since Tony Parker and Chris Paul are both guards. But I really like the colors, black and white. You really can't go wrong with that. But I'm really digging that material. Peak Surface, I think they're onto something here. The engineered mesh is very, very nice. All right, guys, that pretty much takes care of the detailed look for the Tony Parker 4 from Peak. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer you. There will be a performance review on this model. And actually, I gotta go ready to go play basketball right now. So again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Till next time, peace. Peace. We're gonna be talking about the top 5 Encore models that you can get for under $110. Starting off the list at number 5, we got the Nike LeBron Soldier 9, and I know this shoe came out last season, but that doesn't take away how well they perform on court, and the cushion setup works just as hard as you do, and it provides a dynamic experience that'll cater to any type of player. If you're just standing around, it's gonna feel real soft and plush, but the more pressure you apply, the more firm and responsive Micro G foam gets,